Oh, hey, how are you? How are you? Yeah. Whenever stuff is usually where it is, I'm like, what the heck? Why is there any other time? But now is the moment. I must get up. Okay. How is everybody? I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. If you're gonna tune in now, I know the people are gonna come in any moment, but if you happen to see this later, it's nice to see you. I hope you had a really good day, and if not, I hope you have a wonderful evening. My goodness, you guys. Mm, 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 mm. It's always when you need something that it's not there, isn't it? Ridiculous. You know what? I may have to let it slide. Okay, no, I got it. Okay. So, today we will be talking about hope. I think this is a really important topic, especially I feel for the season that we're in. Whenever, it gets hot out, people tend to want to go and maybe get a rush. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that whenever it gets nice and hot, people want a rush of something, of fun, whatever. But I think people should always keep in mind of what they're doing for themselves and for their nervous system. You know what I mean? I think sometimes people operate from a place of lack in areas that they wouldn't even imagine, including in the way that they enjoy life and have fun and what gives them a rush or whatever. Because I honestly, I feel like if you can go outside and put yourself in like super dangerous, life-threatening situations, you can also go outside and climb a mountain or something. You know what I mean? Like, like if you can go outside and put yourself in a position to have to run for your life, you should go outside and climb a mountain. I swear. I'm so serious. You would probably end up being so much more productive and successful. You know, be known for something good. Hi, how are you? Oh my goodness. Hey, South Korea. Uh, ooh, I don't speak that. Oh, hi. Yeah, so I just think that people should kind of reevaluate their, not kind of, reevaluate their idea of fun. If your idea of fun is putting yourself in dangerous predicaments, life-threatening circumstances around a bunch of drugs or alcohol, I definitely think that you should reevaluate what you want to give you a risk. I mean, what is it called? A rush, or like what you want to risk. I don't know, like, as I know some people love to do like daredevil stuff. You know what I mean? But you can always still do something way more productive and way more cool than that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. I think people don't use their creativity enough. They're lacking creativity, so they go out and they indulge in things, I guess, like violence, or whatever the case may be. This is what's going on. Honestly, people's lack of creativity, because if you are creative, even if you like to fight and get a rush from that, you can go and do like a class. You know what I mean? What is it, like taekwondo, martial arts, boxing, you know? You can practice diving. There's so many fun things that you can do besides like risk your life for something stupid. At least if you're gonna like risk your life, make it something worth it, something to be proud of. You know what I mean? Um yeah, I just know sometimes people can forget that they're deserving of more. You know what I mean? Even their darker side is deserving of more. And it's all about how you express it, how you experience it. You can experience that through pain and trauma, or you can experience that through learning, through building, through inspiring, practicing, dedicating yourself to something, you know? I mean, you can literally be trying because they have like activities, different places where you can like interact with snakes and all different types of wild animals. You can be doing something like that. That's cool. You know what I mean? That's actually so cool. And you would probably love to do it and get the same rush of your heart beating and being in fear, but by like an amazing animal instead of like, you know, even if something did happen, wouldn't that be like so much more worth it? You know? Who wouldn't want to pass away living? The heck? You know? People are definitely deserving of more. It's just all about how you perceive yourself and all about how you perceive life around you. And sometimes that can cause you to maybe other people don't want to do it, but if you at least go out into those environments and try new things, you'll probably meet people who do like to do it. And even if, like, say, if you guys don't become close friends, it's like every time you go there, you have someone to, enjoy your time with. Yeah, that's another area where, people can just forget that you have to be hopeful and believe. Oh, sorry for the camera shaking. That's my leg. It's making my camera stand shake. I'm gonna move myself. People forget that they're deserving of like a good life and a good experience, and they just start doing anything. And especially when you become like an adult, you need to start believing in yourself more. You know what I mean? Because if you believe in yourself, you're not going to put yourself in dangerous predicaments. Like I get invited to go out to certain parties and events all the time. And in my head, I'm immediately like, well, who's going to be there? Where is this going to be at? Like, who knows who? Like, I'm always looking out for my best interest. And if that environment is not giving, it's going to give my best interest, I'm not going. That's insane. I can go do something better with my time. I don't I don't like to mess up my nervous system for fun. That's not fun to me. You know what I'm saying? That all that trauma that you think is not trauma, like seeing violence or just abnormal behaviors. What the heck? Um I don't the fuck? To see candles light, one must take it into a dark place. Well, yeah, I mean, I think that that's important, but people will grow to even intake like certain things. Like I think a huge part of that is people are watching these like ratchet reality TV shows and they're taking that as real life. And they say, "Oh, I know that. I know better." And then you're outside fighting, so you don't know better. Like that's not life. You know what I mean? Who who would want to do that? And that's going to be horrible for your health. Happy Tuesday. God bless you and your family, Ma. Enjoy your day. Thank you, love. You know, um, life is trying new things. You don't get an opportunity to try new things when you put yourself in stupid, dangerous predicaments. And you can alter your life dramatically. You know what I mean? And you can do that. It's already hard when that happens either way, but you can do that from a place of like trauma, or you can do that from a place of like living life and taking risks. I think that's something that is easier to live with and even more motivating to live with. You know what I mean? Because even after, if you go through an injury from saying, like, let's say, I know a girl online. I forget her name, but she was in a motorcycle accident and that was like her thing. You know what I'm saying? But at least she didn't get hurt like by violence or something because it would be a lot less motivating to get back to what? No, I'm not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know, again, I don't I don't think anyone should judge themselves, but I do think you should just know that what's in your best interest. You know, it's not really like about judging yourself or putting yourself down or putting other people down and trying to say that you're better than other people. It's just more so about what is actually healthier and better for you in the long term. In the long term, surrounding yourself with new activities and new experiences, because that's truly what's rich in life is new experiences. Sadly, a lot of people, and this is another thing, I'm not going to be honest with you guys, like when you have to surround yourself around a certain set of people to make money, that becomes your lifestyle. Because these are the people that are your source of income. And this is why like even they talk about like on reality TV when people start off this way and then over time they evolve to something that feels like a lot more darker or sinister. You know what I'm saying? But that's just because that's what their money's coming from. So they just kind of like take on this entire persona of their stream of income. Some very few people can differentiate the two, but most people don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm black. And um because of that, that's when they put themselves in positions where they get a um what do you call that? Like a thrill from fighting or putting themselves in dangerous situations or drinking and going to the club all the time, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because that is their source of income. So that's how that's they get the same rush when they get money. So they just start they that's the same rush they feel when they get money around those people. So they just get used to that lifestyle. They just get very accustomed to that lifestyle. That's what that's about. And that's why it's important. It's all about mindset. It really is important of the way that you feel about yourself and look at yourself because me, I don't feel like I deserve for my fun to have to cost me my nervous system or have to cost me like my pride or my ego. You know what I'm saying? But some people are operating like from just again such like a place of lost hope that they just forget like, oh, this is not how I have to have fun. This is even if this is how I make money, this doesn't have to be my entire lifestyle. Let the sun shine through. Hold on. No. Okay. I hope that helps. Hope that helps. But yeah, so I think that is like the number one thing that will help, everybody because I think sometimes don't people don't realize how deep of a hamster wheel that they are on because people will go and grieve their loved ones and lose them to violence and different accidents. And then they'll go out in those same exact environments that their loved ones were in when they lost their life and do it again. Oh, because it's fun. It's fun. And this is why, like, even when I talked about Carnival, like, I was very clear that I thought that the the image and the violence was horrible and the exact reason why I'm not going. I don't care what, like, people have to learn that it doesn't matter what you think, what you know is going on. It doesn't matter if you know you're there for the culture. The way that that looks does not look like culture. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't look safe. It doesn't look fun. It doesn't look cultural. It doesn't look like something ancestors would even uphold. So what you're not telling me about culture. If you're going to go out and celebrate your culture and your ancestors, you should respect them and respect yourselves, not in terms of how you dance or whatever. I don't care about that. I'm really talking about the way that you decide to show up and the intentions that you decide to show up in. You know what I'm saying? And you can't bash anybody for not wanting to go out and risk their life or go out and you're already gonna make mistakes in life. I'd rather make my own mistakes. I'm not coming out and joining something else to make add on to nah, I'm all set. I'm all set. You know what I mean? It's true, but they don't understand that. Not everybody is need that's not the answer to everything. Nobody cares. Um but yeah, I just understand that people's I think the importance of people's lives and image over time, we have just keep being made to feel like it doesn't matter the way that we look. It doesn't matter, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter the way that we carry ourselves. It doesn't matter if we fight. It doesn't none of the no, it matters. Especially when you're just putting yourself in predicaments willingly, not like there's no reason for you to be out there for real. It's not benefiting you. Some people are getting paid. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Some people are getting paid, some people are getting promoted. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I just also I people like I said the hamster wheel. People love a good hamster wheel and then a good victim moment. Like literally stop. Y'all are I just think people are not being realist. That's really what it is. Like if you would just be a lot more realistic, not a little bit, a lot more realistic, you wouldn't do a lot of the things that you do. Like realistically, that's not safe. Realistically, that's not gonna help me evolve. If realistically, that's not gonna help me grow. Realistically, I'm not gonna learn anything from that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I like when you're young is when you go out and you risk yourself to have fun because you don't know any better. When you're an adult, you don't go out and risk anything about yourself to go have fun. There are other ways to have fun and other opportunities to have fun. You live and you learn. Mm. I'm not doing too bad. Tell me about it, dog. They really do believe they're doing something all the time. I am always been fit. Um, I will see. Maybe. This is YouTube. This is not TikTok. No shade. Mm-mm-mm. I mean, and that's another thing too. Like you have to like a lot of people, even the people that they surround themselves with. I'm always I'm always coming to terms with that. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of times I decline things for very good reasons because my common sense instantly clicks and says that's not my vibe for one. So that's number one. Why would I place myself in something that doesn't align with me at all? Then two, that's not safe. Why am I going to show up to something that doesn't feel aligned with me and doesn't feel safe to me? I'm not going. And, a lot of people will try to, use different mind tricks. If you're weak minded, it works. They try to use different mind tricks on you to make you feel like, oh no, there are good people in these horrible, poverty stricken environments, in these desperate, lost hope environments. No, there's good people there. They're there, trust me. And as I watch things play out, I literally just be like, yeah, decline again, with no judgment to myself either. If I, which I haven't put myself in a physical for real situation, but if I did put myself in a physical situation, just not judging myself, but again, don't do that. Again, don't do it. Don't do it. I honestly had a friend recently who told me they were invited out somewhere and something in their spirit told them not to go, and then everyone's running away from bullets on the news. This world is, I love to say, this world is a stage. And even like on, I could always bring it back for the people and connect it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love my duality. Even on Ratchet TV, when a person's whole body, spirit, and soul is telling them to leave, and there's these characters, they're like, no, stay, 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 stay. And that motherfucker ends up regretting it because they should have left. This shit is a stage. It's the same shit. Y'all are going off like y'all are on script. I'm off script at this point. Y'all are on script and y'all don't get that. Well, not y'all, but some people are on script on to things that they don't get. The same thing that you're watching on TV is the same thing that you're doing to yourself in real life. That's why I do not glorify that street stuff. I do not glorify it. I do, and anybody about me, anybody who knows me knows that I do not glorify it. Knowing things and experiencing certain things, and you know, that's not the same as glorifying it. It's not the same thing. I make it very clear, don't ever do that in your life. And if you have the opportunity to have a better life far away from outside of that, go far outside of it. You're not missing anything. People literally sometimes tear their self like hold themselves back and tear themselves down their whole life because the streets didn't accept them. You're not missing nothing. I don't know. I came from a time where people were in the streets to get out. Nobody found that fun. They was just trying, they lost all hope. They said they got consumed by this. And you know what? If this is how I gotta get out, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it's like to have both parents in your life and a full family and want to be a scammer. I don't know that life. You know what I mean? The people that I come from don't know that life. They don't know what it's like to wanna be poor, wanna be unsafe, wanna be uneducated, wanna be ignorant. They don't know because that's all they came from. Y'all, I think this generation got too privileged. Honestly, I think once things became like an aesthetic in social media, that's when it was like, No, people, this is propaganda now. It's not even like, because anybody who really been through something does not want to be there. I'm not in Africa. I like Kanye. Sorry, y'all, I'm all swinging the phone. Hi, New Mexico. What the heck? Okay. Anyway, yes, I believe that sometimes people always just feel as though just do what everybody else is doing. I really, that's the number one thing too. When you lose hope, you lose a sense of self. Where like when you're, you know how when you're a child, children will are so honest. They always say that children are brutally honest. And like when you become adult, you just start to Mm-mm-mm. Okay. So yes, when you're a child, you operate from a much more honest place and you have your own sense of self, you have your own style, your own sense of creativity. When you become an adult and you get bullied out of your sense of self and your own creativity, you lose hope. You lose your sense of imagination. You know what I mean? And that's why people end up operating from places of hate, insecurity, lack, competition. You know what I mean? And some people, I think it happens to them young. You know what I mean? Like some people assimilate to what they think is the world young. A lot of people are honestly just born into very poor environments. And poor environments, we all know, like there's liquor stores everywhere. There's bad schools. It's dirty. There's no good luxury businesses there because shootings are always happening. You know what I'm saying? Um that's another reason why like it's sad because there are people in the community who do good things for the community. um I was just thinking about it. It was on TikTok. Like there was some building down in Nubian Square that was about to be sold, and these people were like trying their best to keep their building. But you know, this is another reason why gentrification is so easy to happen, because it's such a poverty-stricken environment. The businesses can't flourish. The people cannot flourish there. It's not bringing enough money. So it's very easy to move whatever is poverty in that environment, just so happens to be black most of the time. And then here goes in these white businesses and everybody's complaining. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? People don't understand how all of this is affecting literally everything. It's literally affecting everything. That's why they are like, it's so easy to just raise the price of the rent to kick anybody who's poverty stricken out. Anybody who's partaking in these because all these behaviors are poverty stricken behaviors, right? So it's easier to kick you out, literally. If you're already causing a disturbance, they're gonna say they need to make the community safer. It da 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 da. Mhm. I mean, but again, well, yeah, of course. Well, this is why I'm making the video because some people lose hope. You know what I'm saying? And through losing hope, like they forget. I think just a lot of people seriously forget. And when you lose a sense of hope, all that is from trauma. So if you can just, stop traumatizing yourself and make better decisions for yourself, or stop putting yourself around people who are going to traumatize you, you will be much better off. You'll be much, much better off. It's much easier to make these better decisions for yourself when you eliminate people who do that stuff around you. Nature loves me. It's funny. Yeah, so I just know that people don't have to keep traumatizing themselves to have a good time. Okay, hold on. We got a hold on, period. What's up? Y'all really in here. Y'all came through. But anyway, y'all. Anyway, other places, we're gonna talk about how to, I guess, gain hope, right? One is understanding areas that are desperate and hopeless. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important part. Understanding areas where you are desperate and hopeless. Some people are desperate in the smallest areas. And even which, like, when they get around people that are positive for them, when you get around people who are positive for you have to be willing to accept that. You know what I'm saying? You have to get out of your poverty stricken environment and mindset of, oh, everything is tit for tat. Everything must be agreed upon. Um, you know what I'm saying? Everybody must go with this belief because this is the belief. We just do, like, how many things that are in poverty stricken environments, like habits, not anything crazy, but just habits that are there and nobody knows why. They just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? But when you are around someone who is good for you, or an environment that is good for you can't find a reason for it to be bad. Some people do this, like, you might be around people like this who are agreeable. Like, for example, when it comes to racism, right? You might be around this group of people who fit into your ethnicity, but they are poverty stricken. They are, and this might be in terms of the places that they shop at, where they eat, what they do for fun. Do they still go to basements for parties? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What type of clubs do they go to? If they are gonna go to a club, are we at the Grand or are we at Slade's? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you're from Boston, you know, you know. I don't know. What else? Are they always complaining about money? That's the number one sign. Are you around someone who's always complaining about money and worldly stuff? Oh my God, they did this. Oh my God, they did this. It's so hard to do this. It's so hard to do that. That's a huge sign right there. But understand, like, I had to learn this. In other environments, people may be a lot more judgmental to how you look. You know what I'm saying? How you carry yourself. They might be more, that's where things like profiling happen, right? But you have to understand why they're profiling. Because the people who look and dress like this are committing crimes on this part of town, and they don't want that in their part. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, like, you have to learn to be realistic because y'all will judge people all day. I get judged all day for my ideology and my standpoint, but you can't understand why someone's gonna profile you when you got on Nike sneakers, baggy pants, a hoodie, and a chain. You look like people who get arrested. You know what I'm saying? You can't be mad when you go in a store in pajamas and a bonnet and they follow you everywhere. They're trying to figure out if you're homeless or not. Like, and people get mad at this and people say, "Oh, it means like you think you're better or whatever." No, it's not about you thinking you're better than people, or it's not about always racism. Sometimes you literally just look dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And then even then, like, even if you get profiled in your regular outfits, well, you have to understand, like, this is the image that people are constantly perpetuating and saying, "Oh, it's okay. It's okay if I walk in your establishment looking like I'm about to steal everything. It's okay if I walk up in here looking like I'm a dealer. That's fine." That's why they have these stereotypes. Stop perpetuating them. And taking the time to put a little bit of effort into your look doesn't always have to be super expensive. People always think you have to spend so much money to look appropriate. It's just all about what, like, you have to understand style. A lot of people don't understand style, for one. Like, if you are from like a poverty hood mentality environment, style to you in that area and to other areas are two totally different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can dress casual and still look good. You don't have to constantly have on designer or fancy name brand. It's just all about the style of clothing that you're buying. I'm about to show y'all something. I don't know where my other one is. I have another dress that's like super cute though. Y'all, do you see this? This is from Mad Rags. I have another dress that has like a little poofy part from there. But do you see what I mean? Okay. Do you see what I mean? Because it used to be right by my house. So, whenever I needed something quick or something, I still haven't worn it. You can see the tag's still on it, but this is what I mean. Like, it's all about the style of clothing that you're wearing. Like, even this top, like, I'm wearing this because I'm hot and it's summer, but realistically, I could have worn something that's more flowy, which I picked up a more flowy shirt, but I needed to iron it, so that's why I didn't wear it. But I guess, I think people he's talking about freedom of expression and fun, and I'm like, fun is good for your health. Y'all don't know the right definition of expression and fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even then, even if it's about expression, express yourself in the right areas. Like, y'all know when you go to church, you don't dress like that. So why do you want to dress like that in certain environments where nobody else dresses like that? Where that is stereotyped? Why? And even when it comes to women's hair, I'm not afraid of natural hair. I started going natural. Everybody in my house got pressing curls. I didn't know what natural hair was. I started going natural in elementary school until my mama went to go natural. I've been natural since I was a little girl. I'm 23 years old and I'm just now thinking about getting a relaxer. I've been natural since I was in elementary school. I wear my natural hair a lot. You clearly knew. This is my first 30-inch bust down. Next. I feel like women should be playing with their style. I feel like anybody should be playing with their style. If you truly are about expression, I think expression can look like a lot of different things. Art art is supposed to be expression. You know what I'm saying? I feel like your natural hair is beautiful, but you should do every look. Why not? That's the most beautiful thing about women is that we can express ourselves so much and play with our looks so much. Why would you just want to wear your natural hair? That's very limiting. If anything, that's like, you know how someone's like, oh, you don't have to prove yourself? Like sometimes I feel like girls only do certain things just to prove that they can do it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, do you need makeup? And now like she's not wearing makeup anymore just to prove that she doesn't need makeup. But like, who cares? I also think like that pro black stuff is another poverty mentality. No shade. Because all that pro black stuff is just political games, if you ask me. If people were really so pro black, black people would just respect each other and stop tearing each other's individuality down and stop trying to you know tear each other's down for their expression. Like if you choose to wear your natural hair all your life and stay around your people because or you know because you're not better, whatever soul loving force y'all got going on, if that's what you want to do it. I think all that pro black stuff is all politics. Like I don't have anything to do with politics. I know I'm black. It doesn't get any more pro than that. I love that I'm black. I don't need to be around black people to embrace the fact that I'm black. I am black. I don't need to wear my natural hair to embrace the fact that I'm black. I'm black. And nobody can ever change that. It doesn't matter. I think all that pro black stuff is nonsense because honestly, even like when black women are like so pro black to black men, y'all, you rarely see these men get up on this internet being pro black women. I don't understand. And the people that y'all be arguing with be saying like they need to do better. If you're so pro black, tell your people to do better. If you're pro anybody, I'm pro. That's how you know people don't be pro self. Because when you're pro self, you're gonna tell yourself whatever you need to do better. It doesn't. It's not supposed to have to. Not everyone's supposed to have to agree with it. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody. It's not supposed to put a smile on everybody's face. But if you're healthier and doing better, you're doing the right thing. That's what God truly designed you to do. That's truly your power as a black person to know yourself. All that like political black stuff, defending die hard black loyalty, defending um black people committing scrutiny against themselves is really just like it's stupid. It's like how is that pro black? You know? That's probably why some people are so delusional and be so against the whole pro-black movement. I think that's exactly why, because they're like, yeah, like nobody like it's just some things are just not that deep. Just not as deep as you want to make it out to be. You know what I mean? Like literally. But yeah, outside of all that political stuff, again, because I don't care about any of that. Like I care about what I care about. I care about things that benefit me. I'm a black woman. I care about things that benefit my experience in life. I'm a black woman. That's all I have to say. You know what I care about? I care about black women being loved, adored, and respected. I care about black women being acknowledged for how great they are capable of being. That's the type of stuff I care about. Y'all already know I'm pro woman all day. All women, okay? Y'all know this about me. Don't come up on here acting brand new. I don't care about any of that other stuff you talking. Black woman though, okay, you got me. You got me when you talk about the black woman. I'm like, okay, what you saying? Uh-huh. Yes, that is the queen. You talk about women or oh yes, all the women are powerful. That is right. All of them are divine. You are right. Mm. And I even think like a lot of things that people exactly. Yeah, respect yourself first and foremost. A lot, but I mean, what again though, self-respect has to be something that's actually healthy and beneficial to you. Not everyone's gonna I agree with your self-respect. That's what makes it about you. That's what makes it self-respect. That's exactly what makes it self-respect. Y'all need passport, you know? Mm, 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 mm. But yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Can be quantified. What is that? Fuck. I mean, I think sometimes when you believe that someone thinks that they are above you, you believe that they are above you. You know what I'm saying? Because people with that type of thought process, I don't care what they thinking about. I'm just gonna tell you my thoughts and that's what matters. I don't care what you thinking, how you feeling. I really could care less. I tell people that all the time. Like, people tell me all the time, "Oh, you think you're better than someone, or you think you're so perfect." You think that. You believe that. Because why are you so mad about it? If it's not like affecting you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't directly affect you. Like, especially like, okay, here's my thing. Mhm. A lot of things that I don't like, I create spaces away from them, right? So if I don't like poverty, I it create as or if I don't like hate, that's the most important part. If I don't like hate and low vibrational energy, I create a space that teaches the opposite or gears towards the opposite. Um if but I just believe, sometimes things are facts. Sometimes things are just sadly facts, and that's what makes it a belief. Because y'all be believing someone's better than you or believing that someone feels like they're above you the way that you believe in God. Like, how do you have faith in that? What the heck? You're giving it too much power. Too much power. Unless it's true, then just come to terms with the truth. I mean, again, I stayed on topic just because those are just, again, hopeless perspectives that people don't realize that they're operating from. Like, I couldn't think that someone is truly better than me because I have true confidence and belief in myself. I don't feel hopeless about myself. So why would I believe that someone is above me unless they actually are? Are they someone that I look up to? Are they someone that I'm constantly admiring and learning from? You know? If that's the case, then I've also like learned a part of my a huge part of my journey, and I don't know if I talked about this on my TikTok or on YouTube, but I literally said a lot of people want to stop holding themselves back based off of what they think is moral code, what they think is right. Because um sometimes what you think is right is completely wrong, and just you holding on to the I know I'm 100% right and I don't care, I'm not listening to it until one day you listen to it and you're like, I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I learned this through learning through other people and judging other people. I learned, oh, like this person is not a bad person. They're just not going to put themselves in proximity to me. And they don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Or this person is not crazy. They're not being unrealistic. But I had to take the time to learn from them and experience myself to realize they were right. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I got a couple tattoos. I got a Coraline one. You like my Coraline tattoo? I love this one. She's just like over it. I believe everyone is special in their own way as well. I just think that people have to learn um, what it is that makes them special and learn to embrace it. Some people know what it is that makes them special and they're just afraid of it. Their fear like talks them out of their own individuality. They're like, oh my God, what would this person think? Oh my gosh, what would this person say? How are they gonna react to me? I'm not gonna be able to have this friend group. I'm not gonna be accepted here. And sometimes, like, I truly believe like when doors close here and here and here and here and here, a whole bunch of new ones open. I mean, some people I don't mind. I really don't mind the trolls too much as long as I don't want anything that's like inappropriate or distracting, but I mean, I'm not like I know what I'm in reality. You know what I'm saying? People are delusional and crazy every day. You know what I'm saying? Like people can go out and make a video of getting dressed and someone will be like will find a million different hate comments and like off of just someone getting dressed. Like I'm okay. They'll be fine, you know. Sometimes I acknowledge them, sometimes I don't. If it has nothing to do like if I can't bring it back to what I'm talking about, I'm not acknowledging it. I don't know, I can't read the future. I'm like enjoying the present moment. I'm enjoying the present moment. So yes. Yeah, I swear, like there's so many I'm telling y'all, there's so many things that I thought I knew and just just from going back to my own like my true, not just a little bit here and there, like fulfilling my own sense of individuality, I learned through judging others a lot of times. I learned through judging others a lot of times. I learned through remembering that it could be me. You know what I'm saying? Um yeah, so I learned a lot of or not even that it could be me, but it could be someone close to me. Like I've learned through watching things happen to people very close to me. You know what I mean? It's also the reason why like I'm a pretty detached person because you know like everything that I'm talking about, I've watched people very dear to my heart like either completely ruin their lives, lose their lives, or never have freedom again behind a lot of the things that I try to gear away from on this channel. Um or literally just walking around being like a miserable, unhappy person. You know what I mean? So I've become like very detached in this world, especially like in this state of the world, because I know that there's so much to grasp and so much going on that it's like hard for people to process, you know? um, I mean, yeah, kids can be crazy. I definitely think that. Do you not think kids can be crazy? Yes, we judge ourselves. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Exactly. That is very true. We do judge ourselves when we judge others. I learned that. It is definitely a moment of I understand too, like every moment that you that you look out every moment that you look outside of yourself is another time that you're judging yourself. Truly. Because like it's I don't know how to I'm trying to put it into words. Yes. So every time that you are looking outside of yourself and into a new negative lens is every time that you are judging yourself and letting yourself down because there's always a knowing of capability. In the same way that you are capable of judging others and moving from a negative space, which is an unclear space. You can't think clearly in a negative space. You know what I'm saying? If negativity is consuming you, you're not going to think clearly. Every time that you do that is every time that you're judging yourself because it's like a reflection of you not believing. You know what I'm saying? And that's why starting not to judge yourself, I feel like is the most important part because every time you're judging yourself, you're punishing yourself for something you already know. You don't need to punish yourself multiple times for something that you already know, especially when you already know the solution to it. All you would have to do is fix it. You know what I'm saying? It just leaves space and even in others. Again, this is why I say this is all a reflection of self because you do the same thing to other people. You judge them for something that you already know that they're not supposed to do, that you already know they're most likely gonna do, and you judge them anyway. That's insanity. Why? You know what I'm saying? When you can just go in, you know what I mean? Because all I swear, all of that comes from inside. All of it. And sometimes that's why I say like being alone is okay because sometimes people know how to bring it out of you. You know what I'm saying? You can be in a very positive space where you're like minding your own business, things that you would usually be like, "Ugh," you're just like, it's a beautiful day. You're choosing to acknowledge the good in life, and then you can go around certain people or speak to certain people, and now all you're talking about is everything that you don't like. Remington, while I see what you mean, age doesn't dictate experience. For example, even younger person can learn the harshest lessons early in life. I mean, I feel as though people's definition of live life, they think live life means age. There are some people who are 50 years old who have never left their state and never left their country. That's not living. They don't have any experience in life. There are some people who grew up only going to one school. There are some people whose parents have moved all around the world and they have went to all types of different schools. So they have met people of different walks of life. They have seen education of different walks of life. You know what I'm saying? There are some people who have only worked one job for 20 or who have been currently working the same job for 20 years. So they don't know anything outside of that job. So when they get up online, they're like, "Oh my God, these content creators." They don't know anything about you know what I'm saying? Like, age does not come with experience at all. Sadly, sadly, you have to actually go out and live. You have to actually go out and experience some stuff. Yes, exactly, nine the Lord. Yeah, the common thing is usually the correct thing, you know? I was talking about this in like my other videos. Like, I was like, a lot of things that people break out of in adulthood are things that you learn in elementary school. Children are a lot of times more well-rounded people than adults. You ever see children like be mean to somebody and tear someone down and then like apologize and make up with them and they become the bestest of friends? Children are wonderful. Like, really. Children are beautiful. They are so like free and like even their form of judgment is innocence. You know what I mean? Because they only know what they've been told. They only know what they've experienced, you know? Children are so innocent to the point where like even when they ask you like an ignorant question, it's not coming from a place of ignorance. You know? I remember one time when I was younger, I was like, "Why are you so wrinkly?" Not because it was ugly or nasty to me, but because it was actually cool. And I would be in class, like, hoping that my skin would pull the way that the lady's skin pulled because I thought it was so cool. Children are amazing. Thank you. You are so well spoken and patient, the prime example of divinity and keep rising, mama. Thank you. Well, I'm patient with myself. Yes. Have to be very patient with myself. Whew, a lot of patience. Don't look at me like that. Um, I sometimes I just believe, people like to take the hard way and then no, no, not even yeah, people like to take the hard way before they believe in themselves. I truly know for a fact that like belief is everything. But people can only believe this when it comes to like religion. They can never believe in themselves. Like the people end up like getting they don't get exactly what they want out of life and they're just like young people when you get older you'll see the misery like what? Yeah. Thank you. Like people really just give up. That's really what it be. People be giving up and then when someone else like has dreams and they're logically and strategically putting work in on it and people like evil eye it because they weren't able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like and even then like although I guess I'm young or whatever, What about what I'm saying is wrong? Like, y'all hate that the right thing is easier said than done. Y'all hate it. It doesn't make it wrong. Y'all just want to go do what's easy so bad. Oh, yeah, it's so much easier to give up and stop believing in yourself. It's so much easier to just not follow your dreams. This girl is crazy. She ain't saying nothing. She's delusional. Trust me. Just give up. Like, what the heck are you? Oh my gosh. You know what it is? And this is a true fact, and poverty, and this is why I say from the inside out, you know what I'm saying? And being patient with yourself and kind to yourself, because people want you to give up. People want you to stop believing. People want you to feel like anything that's great for yourself is crazy. It's too crazy. That's not possible for you. That's what people want you to believe. They want you to believe, then they fear monger you with you're too young. You once you they're, what they're telling you is once you experience enough pain, you'll give up. You'll be hopeless like me. That's really what they're telling you. Whether they realize it or not, that's what they're telling you. And if they're old and grown, they probably already realized that. They probably already realize it. It's much easier to have a worker instead of a thinker. Okay. But yeah, you see what I mean? Like a lot of people just they really want you to and this is why they're constantly looking outside of themselves and looking for something to tear down. You know what I'm saying? Every word that people every way that people are trying to get you to feel is truly with the way that they feel. People are literally like the projection that they're showing you is so authentic. That's all I have to say. It's so authentic. You know what I'm saying? When people can try to speak negativity and ill will and doubt and just try to put you down, that is true. That is authentic to who they are. You know what I'm saying? You know? People who can only put out negativity, that is authentic. And I think that goes all over a lot of people's heads. They will call somebody delusional. They will call somebody everything but what they are. Because what do you think they're saying to themselves? What do you people are like glad they people walk around like glass and they don't realize it. You walk around like glass, see through as fuck and don't realize it. You know what I'm saying? But once you do realize it, it will make you a lot more of a conscious person than what you were before. You know, a lot more of an intentional person than what you were before. People who make space for negativity, like people who have nothing but time for negativity. Nobody's perfect, you know what I'm saying? But people who make time, space, and pour energy into negativity, I promise you, they're being authentic. They're being very authentic. Stop looking for something, the greater good. There is none. Let that person grow. Let that person grow. Exactly. Most people are that's what I'm saying. We people don't want to acknowledge anything. That's why do you think people don't acknowledge things that are happening in the world? That's too much for them to handle. These people are operating from places of trauma and lost hope. So yeah, of course they want to spread misery. Like a person who's lost all hope, you think they're gonna be like, guys, believe in yourself. You could do anything. Guys, there is love in life. There is joy. Anything is possible. What person who's filled with hate and lost hope speaks like that? Get it. Get it. But again, another way to stay away from those type of people is through creation. Now, every little, and I think I talked about this in the last video when I said every little thing counts, right? You ever see like a mess or a disturbance accumulate? Do it the same way. You got to color coordinate your piece and your intention into your life. You have to coordinate your inspiration into your decoration. You have to coordinate it into your style, into into the way that you speak, because it's very easy to keep and taking negativity around you, and you get so like I feel like sometimes your like no, not even, I don't feel like it's a fact, your nervous system just gets used to having to fight and you don't even realize how much you're fighting. You know what I'm saying? And you just start doing it naturally. Like, oh, I'm gonna put myself in around negativity to avoid myself. Oh, I'm gonna go out and do something negative instead of do something positive because I'm bored and I don't know. Like, that's all of this is a lack of creativity. If you can create a space in your mind, um, where you can expand, right? If you can create a part of your mind that allows you to expand, you can think, you can use your free will. A lot of people are just not using their free will, so they just get bored and start doing anything. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like you can be doing anything right now. Anything right now. What would you want to do? You could like, especially when it's summer, you can go swimming, you can go see to the zoo, you can go try a new restaurant outside. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how many the patio is open? Are you dumb? Even instead of acknowledging negativity, you can literally like just choose to ignore it. Just choose to ignore it. Choose to ignore things that you don't like. It's a choice. Everything that people indulge into is by choice and lack of creativity at that. You can be painting. Nobody has a skill. This is literally why all people do is work. A lot of people have no skill and no substance as they don't go out and live life. It's like gossip, hate, TV, phone, the club, liquor. Every once in a while you do something and you call it white girl shit. Like every once in a while you put on a rock song, you're like, I'm in my white girl era. Like, bro, Mm, mm-mm. I mean, what's wrong with being soft? What's wrong with being soft? What's wrong? I don't think like not wanting to get up every day and go into an environment that you feel like you can do better than makes you soft. I think that makes you pretty hard. Cause like I don't know, that doesn't make any sense. Like you're telling someone, oh, they can't take any criticism. The criticism is disrespect or micromanaging or condescending. And then you're like, you're being soft. No, you want them to be soft. They're being hard as fuck. They're not playing about their piece. They said, you gonna treat me with some human dignity or I'm gonna get up out of here. They're not having a hard time hiring Gen Z. Gen Z does not want to get hired, you know? What the heck? This is funny. It says being soft is whatever that word is to your development as a mammal. This is why people are on TikTok saying they're having zoocosis. You hear this shit, y'all? He's talking about humanity like a zoo experiment, like like a science experiment. This is exactly why they're on TikTok talking about something got zoocosis, crying about getting up on TikTok crying saying they just want to go outside and touch the grass. This is exactly why. Cuz y'all want people to be in their development as a mammal. Hi, gorgeous. Another angel. I was actually like watching one of my old videos of me speaking the truth, and I so happened to be wearing a sweater that said angel on it, and I was like, that's like so funny. I'm from Boston, y'all. To have a ski party. What is weak? Like what is weak? Y'all think weakness is creating your own like reality stream of incomes and believing in yourself? Like I know someone right now who's like, which I can understand both standpoints. You know what I mean? But he's like, I ain't going back to that shop because there are racists and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. If some like a lot of times too, like people need to meet themselves where they're at. Like I was at one point in life where I wasn't willing to change up my look to make more money. Now I'll change up my look in a heartbeat to make more money. I don't care about that. I had to get right from within though. Once I became right from within, I don't care about wearing my natural hair all the time. The heck? Once I became right within, I didn't care about be like my my self-expression making people feel bad. I don't care that people think I feel better than them, but I had to feel right within myself first. If you don't feel right within yourself, you'll constantly keep humbling yourself. Weakness is when a man cannot provide, okay? Okay, that part. And that's weak. Weak is men who sit up online of a woman's in a woman's comment section on live talking and gossiping like a little girl, like a little teenage girl. That's weak. Black women are beautiful. All women are beautiful, aren't they? Hmm. But yeah, y'all. Yes, I hope you do too. Of course. Who cares? Who cares? That's the number one way people try to get you to humble yourself. Oh, you think you're better? People be like, oh, well, you used to do this when you were 16. Who do you think you are? A grown woman. Duh. I think I'm not a teenager anymore. What's Miley Cyrus song? Um, when I was young, because I was young. Like, come on now. I just the only difference is that like these a lot of these it's sad that a lot of older people are like pushing this narrative as well. Like, how can you be so old, finally find out how to use technology, and all you do is sit and troll? What the heck? Thank you. Thank you. You know? Maybe like, what do you think you're better? You think you're better because you won't partake in negative behavior? I guess so. I guess so. You think you're better because you choose to live a healthier lifestyle? Um, if I guess so, if that's what you want to say. This is your belief, not mine. And everything is all by like perception anyway. There's some guy out there who don't like me just for the fact that I'm not doing nothing that's gonna ruin my peace. Some people need you to self-sacrifice a little bit for them. You know what I'm saying? When it's like when it gets too much about you, it means it's not about them anymore. Yeah. They either want you to be the stagnant or they want you to stay the same, you know? People also don't want you to do too good for yourself. Like you can do this good, but you can't do that good. Like you can graduate high school, but you can't go to Harvard University. Like or you can go to college, but you can't create a platform for yourself. Can't do that. No, you can't run your own business and open up your own shop. No, you can work there under me. If you go out of your way to poison yourself for fun, your body is in a worse state than someone who doesn't. A lot of people's body, like I laugh at a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Because people will try to other people down for flaws, and it's like you're one night away from it. You know, people will like laugh about in the streets, they'll laugh about getting somebody. But you're outside every day. You're about to get your time is coming. You get what I'm saying? Your time is coming. Whether it's the gonna be the police to pick you up. The drugs, whether someone pow pows you, whether someone's messes up your health, trust me, it's coming. You're partaking in all risky behaviors. I laugh at people all the time. They're delusional. They will tear someone down for their flaws or for their traumas, and you're like the very environment that they're getting away from. It started with people like you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It started with people that you chill with. You feel me? They be so mad when she figure it out. And you know what, they even more so be mad? They don't even be mad that you figured it out because anybody can have knowledge. They be so mad when you can like apply your wisdom to real life. I'm crying. What do you mean? Am I neutral to negative acts? Well, I just told you guys that I'm very detached. I'm detached. I would say goal orientated woman. You know what I'm saying? So like anything that's outside of the mission is really just like either a distraction or a lesson. So no, I think being I'm not neutral. I'm on my side. Absolutely, people will let you know who they are. Jealous people's words always come out. And the first way they come out is in an insult, in an indirect insult. Let's start there, right? And when I say this, an indirect insult means that they're insulting you. Like someone can insult my gap, but that's not truly what they're trying to insult. They're trying to insult my confidence. You know what I'm saying? So you'll know when someone is a jealous, hateful person around you when they are indirectly insulting you. And when you will feel it in whatever chakra that they're attacking. A lot of times when people are disrespecting you and trying to tear you down and are jealous of you, you feel it in your stomach first, right? Some people feel it in their throat because all that confidence in your self-worth is also going to affect like when you speak. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that that means that they're not secure in themselves. I think here's what I think. I think everything is everything and everything is happening at once. If a person was once in a lower vibrational state and is now evolved, that is who that person is. They are also the person in the low vibrational state as well. They are now just expressing themselves and treating themselves differently. But that's it's not like that's an entirely different person. If they are a good person now, that good person was always there. And when I say good, I mean if they are a healthy person now, that healthy person was always there. Sometimes people are giving everyone's life is different. That's all I have to say. Everything is everything. I think some people, never become good people in life. Some people never evolve. Some people just never see it. And I think that can also be who someone truly is too. There's yin and yang in every corner of life that you look at. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. No, you're just the emotion is frequency. You're going in and out of frequency. That's why some people like again, that's why we was just talking about that. Like you can be focusing on all the positive things in life and just feeling your best self to go from maybe gossiping or fighting or going out drinking. You're just going in and out of frequency. That's all. You're going from a lower frequency to higher frequency. That's it. And that's why I say like I believe that the good in people was always there. The bad in people was always there too. Everything is everything. Like what person is gonna just be all good? That's why people don't believe in themselves now because they think that they're supposed to be on some perfect image. They're more aligned with perfection than consistency. What are the type of feelings and signs of higher frequency? Mm, mm, your reaction to things. You may react to things and when you're calmer and happier in a better space in life, you're going to react to things differently than what you would if you just lost your car or you just lost a loved one. You're going to react totally differently. You might because in one state you just feel more in like survival mode. In another state you're living, you feel more carefree. Like today, I usually have road rage and I was able because I was in a higher state, which again, everybody's in different places, but I was able to like instead of cussing them out, I still yelled, but I just told them like, "Hey boo, when you are speeding in traffic, you can't be mad if you almost hit somebody. There's about 10 feet of space and you're going 50 miles per hour. You couldn't see someone coming if they was. I mean, yeah, you can't see anyone coming. You know what I'm saying? Going too fast. Usually, I might cuss them out because again, I'm not perfect. But this time, I gave them a driving lesson. Growth. The one place, I don't know, I'm working on it. That's why I'm like, when people be like, oh, you're so patient. Again, I'm patient with myself. With myself. Okay. Ugh. Practices for staying in a high frequency or getting there. Program your mind. So the number one thing that I did this was I did it for months and months and months and months and months and months and months. People have to actually be like willing to apply that pressure. Like there has to be something in life that motivates you enough. Like, okay, I remember my favorite artist is Princess Nokia. And I want to be very respectful and sensitive to this topic to start with. But Princess Nokia, sadly, she's a rapper and an artist and a model, international. Sadly, she lost her mother to I believe it was AIDS. And I think like for someone who sees who has educated themselves, I think that's a great thing to do too. Like truly educate yourselves out of like Western ideology. Like look into the occults, look at what these rich people know. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not tuning into the news or they would be poor like you. No shade. But anyway, she's seen it from even when she explained it very briefly. You can hear her. I'm not gonna overdo it because I'm gonna respect her boundaries. But very briefly, she goes into how it's almost like a post-apocalyptic feeling of her mother's death because she has an inner understanding of that's not natural. Pause, and I'm just gonna leave it at that, right? So something like that can drive someone to want to like express their creativity and follow their dreams more and inspire others to do that more and like believe in themselves and to accept people and want others to accept themselves from all like walks of life just like they did. You know what I'm saying? So I think the number one thing to stay in a higher frequency is using transmuting your pain, using something that negatively affected you for something positive. Like for example, I talk about this a lot how growing up my parents were king and queen pins. And that's a huge reason why I use this like I talk about this on my YouTube channel a lot and I come up on here a lot to teach people that they don't have to operate from such a lack like desperate like mind space that they are capable of more than what their environment is showing them and what people of directly around them are showing them, you know what I mean? So yeah, transmutation. Another thing to stay in a higher frequency is high frequency music. I love Michael Jackson's song Off the Wall because he's like, oh, tonight gotta leave that 9 to 5 up on the shelf and just enjoy yourself. Groove. Let the madness and the music get to you. Yeah, life ain't so bad at all when you live it off the wall. You know, I like to listen to music that truly expresses my freedom. Like, I'm the type to put on something that really shakes my soul. Like, I want my hair back up, I want my hair back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to be wild and fun and crazy and alive and like make my heart beat. I think that's the best thing that you can do. Like, get your heart beating fast for the right thing. Some people are so used to their heart beating and like their adrenaline going based off of like a traumatic situation. Get your body used to like getting your heart rate going from like working out, listening to positive music that makes you want to dance and it makes you happy and feel free. Um listen, like I love Kanye like that don't kill me can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, 'cause I can't get much longer. Yeah, I know I got to be right now. You know? Like, yeah, do that. um High frequency is also like taking care of your look. I think one of the most important things is taking care of my look because I swear y'all, like if I just like stay in the house now, like I used to be able to stay in the house for 3, 4 days on end looking crazy, haven't took a shower in 3 days. That was me as a teenager, you know what I'm saying? But like now it's hard for me to like stay in the house with a dirty butt looking ugly. Like I'm about to get up, do my hair, get a haircut, make yourself look presentable. Um High frequency also I dress myself differently because like when I was younger at one point I feel like I was expressing myself more and I feel like it kind of died down like because I used to wear like galaxy seat belts and bows in my hair and I used to shop at Hot Topic, yeah, in the men's section. And believe I'm gonna make y'all laugh even harder, believe it or not, I had braces. I took them off with scissors. But you know what I'm saying? Like I was fun. I was fun. I was very fun. And when I got older, I reevaluated my look again. Cause I felt like if I wanted to feel soft and feel safe, I had to look that way. I don't want to look like I'm from the streets. I don't want to look like I'm trying to keep people away. And I also don't want to look like I'm a teenager. So I stopped dyeing my hair like purple, blues, and reds. Um, what else? I took out some of my piercings. I threw away like all like most of like my hoochie mama clothing. Like I'm still young, so sometimes I'm still out, you know. But I threw away like my ratchet girl clothing that wasn't really my style anyway. Yeah, cry too. Cry, cry, cry. I like, oh my God, I'd be crying like for happy moments. Like I remember at one point I was dying to get a new car. I had an old Buick and I was like, oh, I need a new car. And then not even I need a new car, but I wanted a new car. I was preparing to get a new car. And then it was like, I hit my muffler again. So I was like, I'm just gonna get a new car for winter. I'm not gonna keep spending thousands and thousands on this old car. Because deep down, even though I used to talk to shit about the car, I knew I loved the car to pieces. And like it was an emotional moment for me. And it was all my memories in that car. It was like me being pregnant in the car. It was like my baby in the back of that, the first car I ever had my baby in. You know what I'm saying? Like that car was sentimental value for me, you know? Even like the way that I went about getting the car was like very sentimental and spiritual to me. So yeah, I cried. Yes, crying is very good. But I also feel, right, as though like you have to build armor. And this is why I talk about like believing in yourself and doing what's right. Because if you're going to be like so within your nervous system and like doing things like expressing yourself and doing things like just being authentic. You need to have armor. You need to know that there are going to be people out there who know that your authenticity um 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 causes isolation and loneliness. And they're going to try to come into any point that they feel is weak. So if you are going to express yourself and have these things open and still have like move from a a golden heart, right? You're gonna have to be able to still be logical, have common sense, you know, you know, that's very important. Hold on. What is y'all obsession with women in relationships? It's like women went from valuing relationships too much and now men do. Now every other word that comes out of your mouth, are you single? How do you feel about men? Do you want a man around? You know, how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Because I'm feeling great. Are you comfortable with yourself? Because I'm comfortable with myself. That is a illness that needs to be stopped. A woman does not need a owner. She don't need no owner or tamer. You know what I'm saying? The constant obsession for male company in women's life is weird. Mm, 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 mm. I feel like I know that one. My personality? I'm not a personality. I'm really being myself. I mean, clearly I'm not gonna be all y'all not gonna be all up in my business, but this is me. What's good? Yeah, they do be worried about the wrong things. A lot. Okay, y'all. I got about like 10 more minutes up here. And then I'm gonna go enjoy my time. Hmm? I ain't talking about nothing men or women. I talked about that in my divine feminine not half video. I'm not talking about nothing with men and women. I'm off that topic. Cause that's like a freaking rabbit hole topic. I am gonna go for a walk after this. A nice, sunny, enjoyable walk. I sure am. I'm gonna go look pretty and disturb people's day. I'm gonna disturb people's day with my beauty. I'm gonna be walking around disturbing all types of peace, just being, okay? You know, like when you believe in it, like, have you ever seen the aura of someone who like loves and believe in themselves? Have you ever seen their aura? Everybody, even people who don't love them, you know they love them. You know that's their inspiration for real, for real. They be like, one day when I grow up, that's their blueprint. You know, like Nicki Minaj. That's their blueprint. I told y'all I don't care about race, and I don't care about men and women today. Yeah, they have. Do y'all want me to tell the story that I tell y'all for the millionth time? Because even it shocked me. Some of my life experience has shocked me. Don't make me tell you it again. Okay, y'all, I'm telling it. Like that time that I was a dancer and I walked into the back dressing room to get ready. And as soon as I walked in, I didn't say anything. I opened the door and all the girls were applauding me, like Nicki Minaj said. They were all like, oh! And I put this on my daddy. Oh my gosh, do you feel that? Oh my god, her energy is so good. Like, yeah, people can see aura. You don't need eyes to see everything. We talked about this in my metaphysical 100% real explain. I think, or it's either that or metaphysical therapy. Go check it out. It's one of my videos. It's not a live, it's a video. And I'm wearing like a yellow striped shirt. And I'm telling you about metaphysics because it's a real thing that if you look up and study, you'll learn that it's literally just critical thinking, common sense, problem solving skills, like logic. It's like they almost didn't want us to use our own mind. A historical fact. Yeah, people will confuse me for being cocky or stuck up because they're confused. They don't know. They don't know. They're still trying to figure out cocky, stuck up, and self love. They haven't quite figured it out yet. No, I said see. I didn't say physically. I said you can see aura. I said, have you ever seen someone's aura? That's exactly what I said. Who is William? Who are you? Thank you, my love. Maybe she did. Maybe she had that voodoo on you. That hoodoo on you. Hmm. I think I just love to honestly talk about I love to tell people what to do. I'm a bossy girl. I've always been that way since I was younger. And what's a better space to tell people what to do than to get up and create my own platform? Because the only reason why I like telling people what to do is because people do stupid stuff. It's a form of me detaching from people's stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? Instead of keep telling these stupid people who don't listen and who will never get it the same thing over and over and over and over again. I'm just going to create my own platform, and the people who benefit from it will benefit. People be stupid most of the time. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I just talked about this. People will literally make fun of someone's flaws, and it's like you're literally one night away from being there. You're always making a risky decision. Someone will make fun of someone for getting got in the streets. It's like that's gonna be you soon. You're a risk taker. People just don't know how to. It's like you know what I'm talking of, like a honeycomb mind, because like like honeycomb, everything's all connected, but like if it's broken, it don't connect no more. Oh my god. I don't. I mean, what do you consider kindness? Because I offend people all the time. I try to say it nicer, but I offend people all the time. I can't worry about, if I hurt someone's feelings or not all the time. I really can't. I said no. I said mind your business. How do I nicely tell you that I think your life decisions are stupid? How do I say that nicely? How do I say nicely, you're judging me, I don't care because I know where you're about to be at 5 years from now? How do I say that nicely? I don't have time. Get out my face. Leave me alone. Why are you bothering me? Sometimes it's just that. Yeah. What was what? I think like kindness, I can be kind to animals. I can be kind to nature if it's not attacking me. I can be kind to babies. I can be kind to women. I can teach a woman how to do her makeup. I can I can speak about confidence around women so that she can raise her confidence. That's kindness. If I want a man to stop being broke and in poverty, I can talk about what men who are not broken in poverty do. That's kindness. It's very kind. If I want someone to be more capable, I'm gonna kindly tell them to get up and do it. I might kindly kindly tell you to get out your feelings and grow up. I might kindly say you're victimizing yourself. How kind you want me to be? Like, I don't care. She got crazy in her eyes. Maybe, sir. Maybe I am. Yeah, no. Yeah. Like sometimes I feel like I feel like um as long as I think spreading hate is what's bad. You know what I'm saying? Tearing people down. I think people should focus more on eliminating that, gossiping about people's lives. Maybe focus more on eliminating that so you can be more within yourself. That's you and just outside of like kindness, just, you know, men with money next. Do I don't really I don't have a cheap talk. I don't talk cheap. Don't want nothing cheap. Don't want nothing cheap or criminal. I'm all set. Uh, mm, 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 mm. You know what I think? I think that I don't have any real expectation. I like what I like. I like what agree with my energy. I like what I can tolerate and what benefits me. And yeah, I think people should be themselves. Like I can't stand when people are like, I did it, all things outside of like all things outside of what actually matters. You know what I'm saying? That didn't make no sense. Yeah, sometimes women be always telling a guy what they like. That'd be the issue. That's why they be doing stuff they ain't never do before. It's how you get it's how you get scammed. You ever have someone scam you with personality? I even think that with friendships. Sometimes y'all be like, "Oh, I want this type of friend. I want this type of friend." Social media got everybody brains fried. It's hard to talk to anybody nowadays. They stupid. That is so funny. You know what I think? I feel like whenever guys ask questions like, "Oh, what do you like in a man?" It's like, what does every woman like? Like, think about how men tame vast majority of women. How do they obtain and actually tame them? What makes women actually want to stay? Mm-mm-mm-mm. I mean, yeah, I definitely think people should stay off of social media, but more of like less of not just stay off of social media, but I like just be aware of what they're intaking on social media. Like your TL is only consumed with things that you find fascinating. Like when people constantly have like those weird videos of like people getting KILLED on their timeline, it's like, bruh, you know what I mean? Bruh, why is that there? Like, what do you be talking about? What is it? What do you find entertaining? You know what I really think? Like, I feel like people should work on their grammar and writing skills and sentence skills. I think people should start with first to third grade ELA again so that they can cultivate a specific sentence, you know? Because some people have expectation and cannot make a proper sentence. Shit, at least try. Use ChatGPT. Shit. I mean, you have to look at statistics. Like, it's not in America, like most people can't properly read or write. If you can't properly read, you can't you cannot properly interpret information. You can't understand anything. If they don't know how to read and write, they damn sure don't know how to listen. Number one, people don't know is words. People use words that they've never once looked up the definition of to, and they don't know what it means. They know that it's for that sentence, but they don't know what that word means. People use words, simple terms, all the time and have no idea what that means. That's the number one issue. Language is not politics. We're talking about language learning, baby. That's why people who, have certain lifestyles that people want to get familiar with, but they're too busy like judging or hating or whatever. That's why we create platforms like this so that you have to sometimes people need help making it make sense, or sometimes people just need confirmation. You know what I'm saying? That is funny. Stay away from people who can't read or write. Okay, Brazil. Brazil. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and stay close to people who are honest. Okay. I mean, well, honest. I mean, I don't know about always honest. I don't know about that. I don't know nothing about that. Always? I don't know about that. Sometimes it don't even always make sense to be honest. Like, be for real, bro. Mm-mm. You live and you learn, bro. Mm-mm. Some people can't take like some people can't handle honesty, and that's why the lies are put in place. Some people can't handle the truth. You know what I'm saying? So honesty is not always the answer. Honesty with yourself, yes, but even then, like, is that good for you? Is that honesty with yourself good for you? If not, no, lie. Lie to yourself too. That's I think that's some people's issue. They're not lying to themselves enough. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Too honest. Too honest. Stuck in the same place in life because you're being too realistic. Gotta balance it. I'm a Libra. I've learned how to balance things. Like I've learned from watching other like spiritualists. Like when you get to a certain point of spiritual, you know what I'm saying? Like when Kanye started talking about God, I'm like, if you're gonna communicate with people in this world, you're gonna have to make that make sense. So you have to really sit down, study, and articulate why you're God because you said so. You know what I'm saying? There's a balance. There's a balance, and the balance is the truth. You have to understand that, like, just because society does this and says this, or because most majority agree that this is bad or this is good or this dictates a person, does not make it true. And there's a whole group of people who probably have way more money than you who fucking know that, to be honest. That's why, like, all this propaganda, everything that was created here is created for you. Everything good is created for you. Every distraction is also created for you. You know what I'm saying? All of it's for you, babe. Hope for you is gonna be the name of the video. I'm getting up off here. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day, y'all. I really enjoy talking to y'all. Y'all look so good. Oh my god. I hope you take care of yourself and show yourself like all the appreciation today. Like, what are we talking about? Y'all look great. I hope everybody subscribes. Love is love. You guys are amazing. Thank you for like vibing out with me for so long. I love you guys. Guys, I'm gonna talk to you later. It's Audie's world. Oh my goodness.